Welcome to James Clemens High School Softball on the Play Action Sports Network. We'll be back right after this. North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Hey guys, this is Joanna with CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. I'd like to personally invite you to our storefront. While you're here, you'll find a variety of Bibles, children's gift items, trustworthy study materials, and more. Come check out our children's section. It's filled with Bible stories, picture books, games, toys, and a growing selection of homeschool materials. Here at CEI Bookstore, our goal is to provide you with trustworthy resources to bring you and your family closer to God. Stop by, and our friendly staff will be happy to help you find material that fits you and your family's needs. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. Taking his hand, helping each other home.
Davis & Cole LLP in Athens has served the area assisting individuals and businesses with bookkeeping, tax preparation and filing, and routine accounting. Davis & Cole LLP, 105 South Marion Street in Athens. Call 232-9994. Davis & Cole LLP.
Who do I wrestle for? I wrestle on my high school team for Jason Garcia, my fiercest competitor during practice and my biggest fan during meets. And I wrestle for the chance to put our little high school right here in Alabama on the map.
Wearing the uniform of your high school comes with a big responsibility. Younger kids look up to you, and the reputation of your high school depends on you. This message presented by the Alabama High School Athletic Association and the Alabama High School Athletic Directors and Coaches Association.
If you'd like to download a copy of this game or hear it again on demand, go to pasnetwork.net. You can find this game and previous games under the Archives tab. You can also subscribe to the Play Action Sports podcast and listen to it on your favorite platform like iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify, or ask Alexa or Google to open the Play Action Sports podcast, keeping you up to date on Athens and Limestone County sports. Play Action Sports.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to James Clemens Softball right here on Play Action Sports. Tonight's matchup between your James Clemens Jets and the visiting team from West Limestone, the West Limestone Wildcats. Once again, good evening, everyone. I'm Kirk Pierce, going to be bringing you the pitch-by-pitch action tonight, along with my producer, Mr. Tim Lambert, here at James Clemens High School, home of the Jets. Your starting lineup for James Clemens tonight at first base, leading off, number 5, Lauren Evans. In center field, number 4, Kayla Thompson. Shortstop, Alina Oterio. Catcher, Sydney Plant. Batting 5th and in left field, number 1, Anna Kimbrough. Batting 6th, number 22, Elizabeth Brooks. She's also going to be on the mound today. Batting 7th, number 9, Farrah Payton. She's playing third base, playing second base, and batting in the 8th spot, number 13, Sully Klompenstein. Batting 9th, number 25, Haley Halsey. And also in the flex position, number 14, Katie Lauren Salval. And she's playing in right field. We're about ready for the first pitch today, and for the West Limestone Wildcats coming up into the box to lead us off is going to be Brooks. Brooks is going to be leading. Check that. Wallace is going to be batting for West Limestone as we get ready to kick this off. You can always check us out on Play Action Sports mobile app. It's your connection to all of our live streams, along with scores, game archives, and more. If you'll go online to pasnetwork.net, you can download the links. The ump points at the pitcher. It says it's time to play ball, and here we go. Brooks on the mound for the Jets. She pitches the first one in there, and it's called strike. So Wallace took the first pitch looking to see, kind of gauge what Brooks is going to throw today. Elizabeth Brooks on the hill. There's a hit right up the middle towards center field. Base hit, single. by Wallace to put a person on first base. Now the second batter comes in. Nobody out, one on early in the first inning. Stepping into the box for West Limestone, number 5, Gant. Gant steps in for West Limestone. Early in the game there, she pops that one up into foul territory. It drops fair, actually. As she's in there for a base hit single. It's a nice little pop-up just past the third base line and just bounced right on the edge of the chalk and for a fair ball. Now stepping in for West Limestone is number 11, Perry. Perry in for West Limestone now. 2 runners on, nobody out. Early in the ball game, top of the first. No score. Perry squares to bunt and miss. Strike 1. This is our third ball game on Play Action Sports with the James Clemens Jets softball team. Being able to see them play. And Perry squares to bunt again, as the runner on second is going to steal third on that. So Wallace moves to third base on a stolen base, while Gant decided to stay at first. No balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Ball's outside for ball 1. Brooks looks over to the dugout, gets the signal. Pitching to Perry. Here's the next pitch. It's going to be a ground ball hit to the third baseman. She's going to throw it and gets her out for the first out. So playing at third base is Peyton. Peyton able to field that, throw her out at first base for the first out. Gant moves over to second base, so runners on second and third, 1 out. Here's the first pitch to Kyle. That looked a little bit high for ball 1. Brooks' second pitch to Kyle. A little bit. Oh no, he called that a strike. So that was a called strike. So 1-1 is the count. Haven't seen Brooks pitch this year, but she throws the next pitch inside for ball 2. A little bit of velocity coming from Brooks. Trying to keep these West Limestone hitters a little bit off balance. Swing and a miss for strike 2 for Kyle. So 2-2 is the count. 1 out. 2 runners on, second and third. No runs scored early in the first inning. Pitch inside brings the count to full to Kyle. Kyle batting in the cleanup spot. Obviously a power hitter. There's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout right there for Brooks. Her first strikeout of the night. So 2 outs, 2 on. No runs scored. And Bethune steps into the box for West Limestone. Brooks gets the signal from the catcher. Plant throws it. Inside pitch. Strike. Ump calls time. Looks over at the visiting dugout as they move in just a little bit. Here's a second pitch. It's going to be a foul ball. Strike 2. So 0-2 count to Bethune. As Brooks looking to set down out number 3 and get out of this inning and leave 2 runners on base. So 0-2 the count. Brooks gets the signal. It's ready to pitch. It's a little bit high for ball 1. 1-2 is the count. That was kind of one of those waste pitches. Brooks knew she could get away with that. If she can get Bethune to chase it, that would be a called strike. So, nevertheless, she didn't, but she did foul that one off The count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes to Bethune. Brooks in the windup. The pitch. It's a hard ground ball hit to left field. It's going to score 2 runs as Bethune still making her way towards second base. She's going to hold up there. So a RBI double by Bethune to put West Limestone up 2-0. Birdsong is going to be the next batter for West Limestone. 2 outs. Score 2-0. Top of the first inning. West Limestone strikes first with a stand-up double by Bethune to drive in those 2 runs with 2 outs. Birdsong steps into the box. There's the first pitch right down the middle. Strike 1. A little bit windy today. Nice weather, though. A little bit of clouds in the sky. It's a high 60s right now. This Birdsong is going to foul that one off for strike 2. So 0-2 the count to Birdsong. As she steps back into the box, Brooks gets her signal. Winds up, throws high, ball 1. One and 2 the count. Top of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Hard foul ball down the third base line. Count remains 1-2 with 2 outs. Brooks is on the mound in the circle for James Clemens. She also has the only home run hit over the fence for the Jets this year in action. It's going to be hit right back to Brooks, and she's going to take that nice little pop back to her for the 3rd out, and that's going to do that for West Limestone in the top of the first. Your score, West Limestone 2, James Clemens coming up to bat for their first time. They don't have any runs on the board yet, but you're listening to James Clemens High School Softball on Play Action Sports.
Whether you're in the market for residential or commercial property or looking to sell your current home, land, or building, make your first call to the Phillips team at Alabama Real Estate Solutions. Paula and James can help you with everything you need, whether you're buying or selling. Call Paula at 777-4916 or James at 656-2370. You can also see their listings online at alrealsolutions.com. Look for them on Facebook, too. The Phillips team at Alabama Real Estate Solutions. Real solutions for real estate. Limestone County High School sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544.
Welcome back to James Clemens High School Softball right here on Play Action Sports. I'm Kirk Pierce along with my producer, Mr. Tim Lambert. We're getting ready for the bottom of the first inning in this matchup between West Limestone and James Clemens. James Clemens coming up for their first at-bat. Next 3 batters for James Clemens are Lauren Evans. She plays first base. Kayla Thompson and Alina Otero. Those will be your first 3 batters, as Lauren Evans gets ready to step into the box for James Clemens. Kyle, number 55, is on the mound, or in the circle, if you will, for West Limestone. Lauren Evans is the co-leader in hits on the team. So far, she has 10 hits on the team for the Jets as she steps into the box to see the first pitch from Kyle. She's going to foul that one back for strike 1. Evans batting .417 on the year for James Clemens. High on-base percentage at .462. Here's the second pitch to her. It's high and outside for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Evans. Evans is a junior and is one of the returning starters from the 2021 team. She's going to foul that one off, and it's going to bounce fair and roll out for an infield single. That was a pop-up. Looked like the third baseman kind of got something in her eye. As nevertheless, Evans was able to get on base for a leadoff single. Now into the box, Kayla Thompson, center fielder. She's got the team-high batting average and on-base percentage. She's going to look at the first pitch. It's high for ball one. She is also the co-leader in hits with Evans. She has 10 hits on the year so far. She also bats .588 with an on-base percentage of .682. Getting ready for the second pitch to Thompson. Here it comes. High again, ball two. So you've got Evans on first base and Thompson up to bat. On deck for the Jets, Alana Otero. Here's the next pitch. It's going to catch that outside corner, and it does for strike one. 2-1, the count to Thompson. Here's the next pitch. Squares to bunt, bunts it foul. Well, no, it didn't go. She didn't bunt it foul. She squared to bunt, pulled back as Evans was able to take second base. So it looks like it got away from the catcher. The way the ball bounced off the dirt, it looked like she might have fouled it, but she did not. So Evans moves over to second base on a stolen base on that pass ball. Runner in scoring position for James Clemens. As the 3-1 is the count. So right here, if you're Thompson, she does square it up to bunt, and she punts it right to the pitcher, but she outruns the throw, so we got a runner on first and a runner on third for an infield single on that bunt by Thompson. Stepping into the box for James Clemens, the shortstop, number 2, Alana Otero. So she squares to bunt. She pulls back and gives Thompson an opportunity to steal second, strike one to Otero. So runners at second and third, nobody out. James Clemens trying to get some runs on the board. Gave up 2 in the top of the first to West Limestone. Otero fouls this one back for strike 1 or strike 2. So 0-2 the count to Otero. All she's got to really do is put that in play. Should score Evans from third. Here's the pitch high and outside for ball 1. 1-2 the count to Otero. So Otero's first year at James Clemens, transferred in from California to start the fall school season here at James Clemens in Madison. She puts that ball in play. It's a line drive right over the shortstop's head. Scores 1. Is there another one coming? Yeah, it looks like Thompson's going to score as Otero slips and falls and is able to, tries to get back to second, but they tag her out as she dives back to second for the first out. However, she is going to be scored with a 2 RBI double on that one. So 1 out, 2 runs in, 2-2 is your score. As Plant steps into the box, she leads the team in doubles on the year with 3. First pitch to her is a swing and a miss for strike one. It is a little bit breezy out there, as you can tell probably by the sound of the wind hitting the microphone. Flags are blowing hard. But still, beautiful weather for afternoon of softball action here at James Clemens. That next pitch was inside for ball one. 1-1's the count to Plant. On that last hit by Otero, she rounded second and slipped. She was really going to go in there for a triple, but unfortunately slipped, tried to get back to second for the first out. Next pitch to Plant, inside for ball two. But a really good shot there by Otero to score 2 runs. Here's the next pitch to Plant. It's in the dirt for ball 3. 3-1 the count to Plant. Plant, the catcher. It's her first year to play here at James Clemens. She hadn't played softball since she was in middle school. She is a sophomore. Here's the pitch. She's going to hit that one to the second baseman, and they're going to throw her out for out number 2. Birdsong at second base was able to field that ball and throw her out as she ran to first. Now up to bat, it's Anna Kimbrough playing left field for the Jets. Here's the pitch. She's going to foul that one for strike one. Looks like that kind of fouled off of the catcher's foot as she's limping right now. Looks over to the dugout, says she's fine, ready to play. 0-1 count to Kimbrough. Here's the pitch. She's going to foul that one back for strike 2. 0-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on in the bottom of the first. Here's the pitch to Kimbrough. She's going to foul that one back. Count stays 0-2. Kimbrough, a junior, looks at the next pitch. Here it comes. She's going to hit that one hard down the third base line. It's still fair. No, he called her foul. Like, they thought the third baseman was able to field that one in play. However, the ump said no, it was out of play. So another foul ball. Staying alive for Anna Kimbrough. Battling. Nothing else to make Kyle continue to work and pitch. Here's the pitch high for ball 1. So 1-2 the count to Kimbrough. So far, she's 6 pitches to Kimbrough. Here's the pitch. She's going to ground that one to the third baseman. Third baseman's not going to be able to field that correctly, as Anna's going to get on with an infield single to keep this inning alive for the Jets. Stepping into the box for James Clemens, Elizabeth Brooks. She is the pitcher, number 22. As I said just a moment ago, she has the lone home run for the Jets softball team this year. Let's see if she can do another one. Here's the first pitch to her. She's going to foul this one back out of play for strike 1. Brooks steps back into the box after fouling off the first pitch. Here's the windup, and it's high and out of, just gets away from the catcher as Kimbrough is able to take second on a passed ball. So now a runner in scoring position for James Clemens. 1-1 the count to Brooks. Here's the pitch. She's going to knuckle that one right over the shortstop's head for a base hit, moving Kimbrough over to third base. So runners at first and third with 2 out. Stepping into the box for the Jets, Farrah Payton playing third base, number 9. Here's the thing about Farrah Payton. She is in 8th grade, playing on the varsity level. Swing and a miss for strike 1. 2 on, 2 outs, bottom of the first. James Clemens able to answer West Limestone's 2 runs in the first inning with their own 2 runs, and still an opportunity to put more on the board if Payton can bring them in. Inside pitch, ball. Kyle looks at a wristband, gets the play call, gets the pitch call, getting ready to pitch it to Payton. 1-1 pitch. Here it comes. She's going to swing and foul that one down the third base line for strike 2. So 1-2 the count, 2 outs, 2 on. You've got Brooks and you've got Kimbrough on. Brooks is at first, Kimbrough is at third. Base hit will definitely bring in Kimbrough. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Payton. Swing, foul ball, staying alive. Still the 1-2 count to Payton. Kyle steps back into the circle, gets ready to wind up. Here comes her wind up. Pitch, foul ball. That's what they need to do. The batters just need to keep working, keep battling, keep fouling them off. Make your pitcher work, see more pitches. Because ultimately what ends up happening, you get frustrated. You get your pitcher frustrated. She gets tired of seeing the same batter. Especially if she's thrown about 4 or 5 pitches, the same one. That's going to be fouled away again. Count still 1-2. So far in the first inning, Kyle's thrown 32 pitches in the first inning. Softball, that doesn't necessarily... The pitcher in a softball doesn't have as much stress on the arm like a baseball player does, so they are able to go deeper and pitch longer and on less days rest. So that's ball number 2. So 2-2 the count to Payton. As she gets ready, step in the box at the 2-2 count. Runners on first and third. 2 outs to Payton. Here's the pitch. She's going to foul that one away. Count stays 2-2. This will be the 8th pitch of this at-bat from Kyle to Farrah Payton. As Farrah Payton continues to foul these off, trying to look for her pitch that she can drive and bring Kimbrough in to score another run and take the lead. 2-2 your score. Here comes the pitch. And she is going to hit that. She's going to find the gap in between center field and right field. It's going to score 1 as Kimbrough comes in. She's going to have a stand-up double as runners are on second and third with that ball from Payton. So Payton continuing to battle while she was at the plate, fouling off several And then ultimately it pays off as she's able to bring in a run and advance to second base with a runner on third as well. And now Sully Klopfenstein steps into the box. Second base for the Jets. Here's the pitch. It's going to be low and in the dirt for ball one. So 1-0 the count to Klopfenstein. Runners at second and third, 2 out. James Clemens able to take the lead in the bottom of the first, 3-2. Inside pitch. Does he count it? Yes, he does. Called strike. 1-1. Klopfenstein's a freshman here for James Clemens. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Inside pitch, swing and a miss for strike 2. Kyle looks at her wristband, gets the pitch, steps back into the circle, ready to pitch. The 1-2, here it comes. It's going to be outside for ball 2. Counts even at 2-all. 2-2, 2 outs, 2 on. 3-2, your score. James Clemens just took the lead in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Foul ball for Klopfenstein. Count remains 2-2. We'll say this, looks like the catcher is limping a little bit still. Bethune. She's still staying in there. Finish this inning at least before they can get to look at her. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's going to be hit down third base line. It's fair ball. It's because she's going to be out at first, but not before the damage has been done in the bottom of the first inning. James Clemens scores 3 to take the lead. 3-2 is your score. You're listening to James Clemens Softball on Play Action Sports.
This is Joanna from CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. Many of you are searching for Bible study materials for your home or for Bible class. Sometimes that process can be challenging and difficult. I'd love to help you find solutions that would fit your needs and give you more time for your studies. One of our most popular book lines is the Bible Textbook Series. These workbooks are designed to take teen and adult students book by book through the Bible. So stop struggling with the search and come by and let us help you select reliable and meaningful study materials for your class or family. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner will receive a gift card from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and a t-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and more. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to James Clemens High School Softball right here on Play Action Sports. As we get ready to start the top of the second inning with James Clemens on top 3-2. Still on in the circle for the Jets is Elizabeth Brooks. The first inning she threw 23 pitches. And the cool thing was she had a really dominant first inning. Was able to throw 23 pitches, 17 strikes out of those 23 pitches. So hitting about 73% of all pitches that she's thrown are strikes. So James Clemens, 3-2 right now as West Limestone steps into the box. To lead us off is going to be Harris, number 24. So you should see Harris, Flanagan, and Smith for the Wildcats. So here's the first pitch to Harris from Brooks. There is a tournament going on the baseball field, and they were able to foul that one over to the softball field. So, to stop play for the moment. All right, here's the first pitch from Brooks to Harris. That was right inside for strike one, called strike. Beautiful pitch there by Brooks. Able to hit that inside corner and freeze Harris. Second pitch, it's going to be a little bit outside for ball one. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. He's going to hit that one and find the gap in right field. It's going to be fielded by Salvell and thrown into second base as Harris able to get on with a single to lead us off in the top of the second. Now stepping into the box for the Wildcats, number 13, Flanagan. Flanagan playing third base for West Limestone. So Brooks' first pitch to Flanagan. Flanagan squares to bunt. She kept it there for strike one. Flanagan stepping back into the box for the Wildcats. 0-1 pitch coming. Runner on first. She's going to square to bunt again. Still misses for strike two. So 0-2 count to Flanagan. She squared to bunt both times, missed them both. Trying to move that runner on first over. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Inside. As Harris is going to take second. Was waiting on the ump to call that one a strike, but he did not. I thought that was right there in the corner, but it missed for ball one. So 1-2 the count to Flanagan. Brooks pitches. Flanagan's going to hit that one right back to the pitcher. She's going to throw her out. But however, Harris is going to move over to third base. As Smith steps into the box for the Wildcats. So Harris on third base, one out. Getting towards the bottom of the lineup for West Limestone. So here's Harris. Brooks throws it. Does it drop in there? No, he says that one's high for ball one. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Harris she's going to square to bunt. She's going to be out at first, trying to do the double play. However, Harris is going to get in and score, tie this ball game up. So now, back to the top of the order with Wallace. 1 for 1. Had a single out to center field at her first at bat. So nobody on, 2 outs, back at the top of the order for West Limestone. First pitch to Wallace. It's high and outside for ball one. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's going to be hit back to the shortstop. Otero is going to throw her out for out number 3. Good play there by Alina Otero, making that play, fielding it cleanly, getting out. Right now, in the middle of the second inning, your score's tied 3-3. You're listening to James Clemens Softball on Play Action Sports.
The next time you need a pharmacy, one call to Athens Creekside Drugs, Salem Pharmacy, or Florence Express Pharmacy will fill the bill. All 3 locations are committed to providing you the best services a pharmacy can offer, with the emphasis on quality, value, and service. Whether your needs are simple or complex in nature, either location can provide solutions that deliver results. They pride themselves on being a company where customer service means timeliness, quality service, and a friendly attitude. Athens Creekside Drugs at 605 Highway 31 South, Salem Pharmacy at 28730 Highway 99, and Florence Express Pharmacy on Mall Road in Florence. North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Welcome back to James Clemens Softball right here on Play Action Sports as we get ready to start the bottom of the second inning. Stepping into the batter's box for James Clemens is Haley Halsey, the sophomore. Your score's tied 3-3 as West Limestone was able to answer in the last inning with 1 run. Kyle still in the circle for West Limestone, and she gets ready to pitch to Halsey. Here's the pitch. Halsey's going to let that one go, and in the dirt for ball 1. Halsey is a sophomore returning from last year's team. Here, James Clemens. Here's the pitch. She's going to hit that one towards second base. Second baseman's going to field it, lob it over to first for out number 1. So Halsey able to get the ball bat on the ball, but hit it right to second base, where Birdsong threw her out for the first out. Stepping up now, back to the top of the order for James Clemens is Lauren Evans, 1 for 1 so far, as she was able to drive a single past the third baseman. So here's the first pitch to Evans. She has also scored a run in the first inning. That's ball 1. Nobody on, 1 out. Back at the top of the order for James Clemens with Lauren Evans, one of the co-leaders of hits on this team. She's going to let that one go, and he calls that one a strike, catches the outside corner for a 1-1 count. All knotted up at 3 in the bottom of the second inning. West Limestone and James Clemens right here on Play Action Sports. Here's the next pitch. She's going to hit it right back up the middle. It's a slow roller. Second baseman's going to dive. She's going to get her hands on it, but she's going to keep it herself as Evans is able to get on with a second inning single. She's 2 for 2 on the night. Now up to bat, Kayla Thompson, also 1 for 1. She singled on a bunt back to the pitcher that moved Evans all the way around to third base in the first inning. So let's see what Thompson can do with this one. Here's the pitch. It's going to be high with a miss for ball 1. As I mentioned earlier, Thompson, team-high batting average for James Clemens, batting .588 on the season. She's going to kind of pooch hit that one over to the shortstop. Shortstop's going to look to throw it to second base, but there was nobody there as Thompson gets on base. And we have runners on first and second with 1 out. Stepping into the box next is Alana Otero. She actually had a really good hit all the way to the fence. Gave her credit for a double as she was rounding second to try to make it a triple. She slipped, scored 2 runs on that, but as she tried to dive back to second, they tagged her out for the first out in the first inning. So that first pitch to Otero is in the dirt for ball 1. As we have Evans and Thompson, respectively, at second and first base. Otero hitting .300 so far on the season. That double will definitely raise that batting average for her that she had in the first inning. That's going to be a pitch outside for a ball. So 2-0 the count to Otero with 2 on, 1 out. In the on-deck circle for James Clemens, the catcher, Sydney Plant. As Otero steps out, gets ready, here she goes. Back in the box, looking for her pitch. 2-0 count. She's going to foul that one up in the air. The catcher's going to try to get over there, and she does and makes the catch right past a diving first baseman. So Otero fouls out for the second out. So Bethune was able to get that in the air. Now we got Plant up to bat for James Clemens. 2 on, 2 out. 3-3 your score. Here's the first pitch to Plant. Inside for ball 1. Plant ready to hit. Looking at the 1-0 pitch. Here it is. She's going to foul that one back for strike 1. So 1-1 the count to Plant. Sydney Plant, sophomore catcher, leads the team in doubles. Batting .529 on the season for the Jets. Here's the pitch. It's a little bit high for ball 2. 2-1 the count to Sydney Plant. Lauren Evans on second base. You got Kayla Thompson on first with 2 outs. 2-1 the count to Plant. Here's the 2-1 pitch. It's going to be high. It was a changeup right there, but just did not drop. So a 3-1 count to Plant. This is where she gets to be really selective. Your coach, Coach Kimbrough, you're probably telling her, hey, she's got to be perfect. Kyle's got to be perfect for it to be a strike, so make sure it's your pitch before you swing. So Plant looking at the 3-1 pitch. Here we go. And she does. She pops that one right up to the pitcher for out number 3. So no way. 2 runners left on base. No score in that inning for James Clemens. Scores tied 3-3 against West Limestone. You're listening to James Clemens Softball on Play Action Sports.
Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic Southern character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special, and that includes Athens and Limestone County sports. Call 233-8750, go by their office at 508 South Jefferson Street, or look for the link online at athensal.us. The Play Action Sports Report is back in podcast form. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
Welcome back to James Clemens High School Softball right here on Play Action Sports. You can always follow us on Twitter at PAS Network and look for Play Action Sports on Facebook. We'll keep you updated on scores and information today and throughout the week right here on Play Action Sports. But right here we've got live action James Clemens Softball as we get ready to start the 3rd inning against West Limestone. The score is tied 3-3. Stepping into the box for the next 3 batters for West Limestone should be Gant, Perry, and Kyle. Brooks still on the mound. Elizabeth Brooks still on the mound or in the circle for James Clemens. And she's done a really good job so far in her first 2 innings. She's basically thrown all strikes, essentially. I mean, she does have 10 balls that she's done. She's thrown 34 pitches. 24 of those have been for strikes, but only 10 balls. So really good pitching right there on the mound or in the circle. I keep saying on the mound. because I'm thinking baseball, but this is not. This is softball. It's a circle, Tim. It's a circle. So Elizabeth Brooks doing a great job in the circle for the Jets. Here we go. Gant stepping up. She's 1 for 1. Was able to get a hit in the first inning. That first pitch to her, called strike right there on that corner. Gant able to hit a ball that just kind of fell right at third base for her first single. Here's the second pitch to her, and it's low and in the dirt for ball 1, so 1-1 the count to Gant. Gant playing right field for West Limestone. Here's the 1-1 pitch. She's going to hit that one. Oh, she finds right in between. She batted from the left side and was able to split between Otero and Peyton, and she's going to be in there for a stand-up, a missed throw in for that single, and then a throwing error puts her at second base. So for a leadoff hit and then getting over into second on a throwing error. So now Perry steps in. Perry squares to bunt for a foul ball. Perry 0 for 1. And she grounded out to Peyton at third base at her first at bat in the first inning. 3-3 the score. West Limestone, top of the third. They're up to bat. Brooks in the circle, pitches. And she fouls it up, but Plant, with full awareness, catches that for an out. So out number 1 right there. Perry fouled that one back. Now stepping into the batter's box, Kyle, the pitcher for So now Kyle looks at the first pitch for strike 1. Second pitch to her. A little low for ball. 1-1 is the count. Got a runner on second. That's Gant. That one's going to catch that outside corner for strike 2. Beautiful pitch there by Brooks. 1-2 the count to Kyle. Kyle ready. Here's the pitch. She's going to put that one foul ball over towards third base. So 1-2 the count to Kyle, the pitcher for West Limestone. Here's the pitch outside for ball 2. 2-2 the count. It's not one thing that Brooks has done a whole lot of, is thrown a lot of balls. Everything's been pretty much strikes from her, or they've been right down where West Limestone's been able to get the bat on the ball. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Foul tip for an out. So 2 outs. That's 2 huge outs there for James Clemens. Plant in the catching position caught 1 foul, and then that tip foul for the second out. So Plant doing her job behind the dish tonight for James Clemens. Bethune steps into the box. 1-1. She's going to take the first pitch foul over into the bullpen, the visitors' bullpen, for strike 1. Bethune was able to hit a double out to left field. She looks at the second one for ball 1. So 1-1 the count. 1 runner on second. 3-3 is your tie. 2 outs. Low ball 2. Two and 1 the count to Bethune. Runner on second. High pitch outside. 3-1 the count. Here's the pitch. It's going to be popped up, still in foul territory. As Evans made chase over there, just not able to get it. So full count right now to Bethune. 3-2 the count. Three and two. Bethune steps back in. She's going to foul that one off. Bethune plays catcher. She was the one that was hurt early in the first inning. Was able to stay in the game. And bat for West Limestone. Here's the pitch. She's going to hit that shot hard down to third base line, out to left field. It's going to come in, score one run. And she's going to go for a single. It also brings that run in to take the lead 4-3. And now Birdsong coming up to bat for West Limestone with a 4-3 lead with 2 outs, 1 runner on first. Here's the pitch. Bethune tries to steal. She does. She called safe. She was slid into second base. Plant with a throw to Otero, but she wasn't able to make the tag. So stolen base credited to Bethune. One and 0 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike one. Brooks looks over to the dugout, gets her sign. It's a low pitch for ball 2. 2-1 to Birdsong. Runner on second. It's going to be a slow roller down the first base line, but Evans is just going to pick it up and tag the runner for the third out. West Limestone able to put 1 run on the board to take a 1-run lead, 4-3. When we come back, we'll have the bottom of the third inning in your James Clemens Jets. You're listening to James Clemens Softball on Play Action Sports.
Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic Southern character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special, and that includes Athens and Limestone County sports. Call 233-8750, go by their office at 508 South Jefferson Street, or look for the link online at athensal.us. One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past, with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
Welcome back to Play Action Sports broadcast of James Clemens Softball Action as we get ready to start the bottom of the third inning. James Clemens coming up to bat. Your batters for James Clemens. Anna Kimbrough is going to lead off this inning, followed by Elizabeth Brooks and Farrah Payton. West Limestone able to score 1 run last inning to take a 4-3 lead into the bottom of the third as Kimbrough comes up batting 1 for 1 on the night. Looking at the first pitch, here we go. She's going to swing, hit that one right back to the pitcher for out number 1. So 1 pitch, 1 out from Kyle to Kimbrough. Now Peyton, or check that, Elizabeth Brooks steps in. Brooks also 1 for 1 as she line drive the first at bat to left field. Here's the pitch to her. She's going to foul that one back for strike 1. So 0-1 the count to Brooks. Right now she's got time. Now she steps in, kicks some dirt, gets ready. Here we go. Here's the pitch from Kyle to Brooks. Inside pitch. Misses, ball one. So 1-1 the count to Elizabeth Brooks. Here comes the 1-1 pitch to Brooks. Low and in the dirt for ball two. 2-1 the count. 2-1 the count, one out. Kimbrough lined out to the pitcher. Their second at bat for the first out of this inning. Trying to catch that outside corner, and it does for strike two. 2-2 the count to Brooks. Farrah Payton, third base, in the on-deck circle for James Clemens. 2-2 pitch. Brooks is going to pop that one up. Center fielder's on it. She makes the catch for out number two. Does Smith. Smith playing center field for West Limestone makes that catch. 2 outs. Farrah Payton up to bat with Klopfenstein on deck. Payton able to go deep earlier in her first at bat, kept fouling the ball off before she had a double to center field. She's going to swing and miss that first pitch for strike one. So 0-1 count to Payton. She steps back in. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Kyle to Payton. She's going to foul that one off down third base line for strike two. 0-2 to Farrah Payton, 2 outs. Nobody on. James Clemens trying to add some runs on the board. Down by 1 in the bottom of the third, 4-3 to West Limestone. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And she's going to hit that one just foul over the first baseman's head. Count remains 0-2. Farrah Payton. She's the 8th grader, playing third base for the Jets. 0-2 count, 2 outs, nobody on. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Kyle to Payton. Payton's going to check swing as that one's in the dirt for ball one. So far, Kyle's thrown 66 pitches in a little over 2 innings in the bottom of the third. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Kyle. High for ball two. So 2-2 count to Payton. Pretty much where she was at her first at bat. Trying to take Kyle deep in the count here to keep making her pitch to her so she can get something that she likes. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Foul back again. Count remains 2-2. So 2-2 is the count to Payton. 2 outs. Klopfenstein on deck for James Clemens. Outside pitch, ball 3. So a full count to Payton. Looking for her pitch to hit. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Payton. And she's going to hit that one right back up the middle again. And it's still rolling to the fence, and she's going to round first base on her way to second. Going to stand up at second for a 2-out double by Peyton. That's her second hit of the night. And James Clemens has an opportunity to tie this ball game up in the bottom of the third with a runner in scoring position at second base. So Klopfenstein comes in to bat with 2 outs and a runner on second. Oh for 1. Grounded out to the third baseman in her first at bat into the dirt for ball 1 to Klopfenstein. So 1 runner on, 2 outs. Base hit will likely score Peyton from second base. We just get it out of the infield into that outfield grass. Here's the pitch. It's a little low, but he's going to call it a strike, so 1-1 to Klopfenstein. One pitch on its way. Kyle in her windup. Here it comes. Klopfenstein's going to let that one go for ball 2. 2-1 the count. Two and one count. The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. 2-2 the count to Sully Klopfenstein. Everybody's looking into their respective dugouts, getting their signals from their coaches. Bethune looking over in the visitors' dugout. West Limestone finally sets back in behind the dish. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Kyle to Klopfenstein. She's going to foul that one off out of play over towards the batting cages. The count remains 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Klopfenstein. Inside pitch, fouls it back. Count remains 2-2. 2-2 to count. 2 out. Runner at second in the bottom of the third. Opportunity for James Clemens to tie this ball game up with Peyton standing on second base. She's got decent speed, so she should be able to round third and get home. There's a hard hit ground ball over to the shortstop, and she's going to make a long throw, and just in time for out number 3. So leaving 1 runner on as we get ready to come back to the top of the 4th inning. Your score, West Limestone 4, James Clemens 3. You're listening to James Clemens Softball on Play Action Sports.
Got something to say? Put it on a t-shirt or hoodie or apron or even an iPhone case. Just go to daddyoscustomtees.com and make it happen. Look through their selection of ready-made designs or make one of your own. With Daddy O's Custom Tees, you can truly have it your way. Look for Daddy O's Custom Tees on Facebook, follow them on Twitter or Instagram, or go online to daddyoscustomtees.com. That's DADDYOS Custom TEES.com. Daddy O's Custom Tees. They've got your back or front. daddyoscustomtees.com. Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Welcome back to Play Action Sports broadcast of James Clemens High School softball right here. We are live at James Clemens High School. 4-3 is your score. West Limestone on top. So we get ready to start the top of the 4th inning. Elizabeth Brooks still in the circle for James Clemens. You can go online to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for the Applebee's Athlete of the Week and vote on this week's poll. We'll announce the winners Saturdays between 10 and noon on Applebee's Tailgate Talk. That's on WKAC. The winner receives a gift card from Athens Applebee's and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from Gotcha Coverage, Screen Printing, and more. Stepping into the box for West Limestone is Harris. Harris is 1 for 1 on the evening so far, and she takes that first pitch down the first base line, but nevertheless, Lauren Evans there with a backhand grab to tag first base for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for James Clemens. Evans just able to step right off that bag and turn her glove around, backhand it, popped right up in there, and she tagged the bag for the first out. Now stepping into the box, Flanagan for James Clemens. For West Limestone. She's 0 for 1. She's batting in the 8th spot of the lineup. She's going to hit that one down third base line. Foul ball for strike 1. 0-1 the count to Flanagan. Four to 3. James Clemens able to score 3 runs in the first inning, but haven't been able to put any more runs on the board since then. Whereas West Limestone able to get 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and 1 in the third, as that was a swing and a miss for strike 2. So 0-2 count to Flanagan. Flanagan playing third base for the Wildcats. So 0-2 count. She's going to kind of pooch hit that one right off the end of Otero's glove, just right out of her reach. And that one's going to drop in for a base hit, single by Flanagan. Now up to bat, Smith, number 6. She's playing center field for West Limestone. 1 out, 1 on. That runner's going to try to steal second. She throws it down. Plant does. Otero makes the catch, but she's going to Flanagan's going to slide in there for a stolen base. Oh, 1 is the count to Smith. Here's the pitch. She squares to bunt, fouls that one off for strike 2. So Flanagan standing on second base. Smith, 0-2 count to her. She's going to try to throw it outside, get her to chase it, but she does not. So ball 1, 1-2 the count. Brooks about to throw her 64th pitch. There's that pitch, fouled back. Count remains 1-2. Here's the pitch. Hit right back up the middle, right out of the reach of Brooks' glove. As Flanagan's going to round third and go to the plate, as Smith is going to go to second base on a sliding double. So that will increase West Limestone lead by 2 runs as they get another run on the board. 5-3 your score. Wallace now up to bat. She is her third at bat of the night, back to the top of the order. She's 1-2 on the night. Takes ball 1. Five to 3 your score. 1 out, 1 on. At the top of the order. Called strike 1. So 1-1 the count to Wallace. Here's the pitch from Brooks. As Wallace going to hit that one right to Otero. Otero's going to throw her out at first base. And Evans is going to throw it to third base. Bad judgment call right there. As Smith is going to be able to score on a throwing error. Third base. So a good play there from Otero to get the second out. Then just kind of a Bad judgment error right there by Lauren Evans to let Smith score. As Gant steps up to bat. She's 2 for 2 on the night, fouls the first one away. So with Smith scoring, West Limestone takes a 3-run lead, 6-3 your score in the top of the fourth. Here's the pitch to Gant. Gant fouls that one back for strike 2. 0-2 the count to Gant, 2 outs. Plant looks at the dugout, gets the call. Gets down behind the dish. 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Tries to get her to chase one outside. No luck there. Ball 1. 1-2 the count. Gant batting for the left side. She's 2-2 on the night. Brooks tries to get her to chase another outside pitch. She doesn't bite. 2-2. Two's pretty much all the way across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Gant. Gant, again, outside pitch. Takes that one to full count. So 3-2. Had her 0-2, and then 3 straight balls outside to Gant. Now the count is full. Here's the pitch. Drops right in there for called strike 3. That's it. That's three outs. And that'll end the top of the fourth inning. When we come back, we'll have more action for you. Scores: West Limestone 6, James Clemens 3. You're listening to James Clemens Softball on Play Action Sports.
The Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship has been set up to honor the legacy of Bama Zach Green, a huge fan of the Crimson Tide, along with Limestone County sports. The scholarship will go each year to a male and female athlete from Limestone County. Checks should be made out to Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship and can be sent in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613. Donations can also be made in person at First State Bank of the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. Thank you for showing your support for local athletes by giving to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship. North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously.
Welcome back to James Clemens Softball action right now. Play Action Sports. Your score as we get ready for the bottom of the fourth inning. West Limestone 6, James Clemens 3. Your batters this inning right now will have Haley Halsey stepping into the box, followed by back to the top of the order with Lauren Evans and Kayla Thompson, as Halsey is 0 for 1 on the night. Here's the first pitch to her. That one's going to drop right in there for strike 1, called strike 1 to Haley Halsey. Here's the 0-1 count. Inside pitch doesn't catch the corner for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Kyle. Halsey able to get a bat on the ball. It's going to hit a pop fly to second base. It's going to drop, but the second baseman's going to pick that up, throw her out at first base for out number 1. So Birdsong able to field that from second base position and throw Halsey out for out number 1. Now we're back to the top of the order with Lauren Evans, 2 for 2 on the night so far for for James Clemens. She's going to hit that one right back up. Hot shot right off the pitcher's glove and falls in there for another base hit. 3 for 3 on the night for Lauren Evans. And she's able to get on base for the third time tonight. Scored in the first inning. See if we can't get her around and start a big inning here. As Kayla Thompson steps in. She's also 2 for 2, batting from the left side and playing center field for James Clemens. Here's the pitch. Slow roller down first base line. And the first baseman's going to pick up the ground ball, tag the bag for out number 2. But that does move Evans over to second base. So Perry able to make that play at first. And now Otero steps in. 1 for 2. Had a double, 2 RBI double in the first inning. Here's the pitch to her. Swing and a miss. Woo, what a change up there. It's kind of like Kyle just kind of pulled the string back on that one. Just dropped right in the zone. Otero not able to get the bat on the ball when she swung for strike 1. 0-1 the count to Otero. Swings at a low pitch in the dirt for strike 2. Otero batting a little over 300 so far on the season. Had 6 hits, 3 of those singles. She's got 2 doubles and 1 RBI on the season. But we'll add to that after today. Ball 1 to her, so 1-2 the count to Otero. He also has 5 stolen bases on the season. Here's the pitch. That one change up again. Not going to fool her that time. Did not drop in for ball 2. So 2-2 the count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th for James Clemens. James Clemens got a runner at third as Evans was able to take third base. Here's the 2-2 pitch. She's going to hit that one down the third base line. Line drive falls foul. She's able to come around on that just a little too early. Hit a line drive. If that stayed fair, definitely going to score 1. Otero would probably standing on second base at that point. 2-2 the count. 2 outs. 1 on. Evans got good speed, and she's standing on third base. Otero's going to pop that one high on the infield. Shortstop's going to call that. Makes the catch for out number 3. So at the end of 4, your score, West Limestone 6, James Clemens 3. You're listening to James Clemens Softball on Play Action Sports.
Limestone County High School sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544. Join us for Applebee's Tailgate Talk every Saturday morning at 10 on WKAC. We'll talk to coaches and sports figures of local interest and get their thoughts on whatever comes down the pike. We'll also announce our latest Athlete of the Week and give away an Applebee's gift card and a Tailgate Talk t-shirt. Applebee's Tailgate Talk, Saturday mornings at 10 on your Tailgate Talk app, on your Amazon Echo or Google Home device, online at tailgatetalk.net, and on the air at 1080 WKAC.
Welcome back to James Clemens High School Softball right here on Play Action Sports as we get ready to start the top of the 5th inning. West Limestone up by 3 runs, 6-3 over your James Clemens Jets. You can hear us now on your Amazon Echo device by saying, Alexa, open Play Action Sports. And you can hear our coverage of Limestone County baseball and James Clemens baseball and softball in crystal clear quality all season long. The batters for this inning so far for West Limestone are going to be Perry, Kyle, and Bethune. So Perry in the number 3 spot of the lineup, and then you've got the cleanup hitter in Kyle And then Bethune's had a great game so far for West Limestone. But let's keep going right here with Brooks still in the circle for James Clemens. First pitch to Perry. Does it drop in there for strike one? No, it does not. So ball one. So 1-0 the count to Perry. Here's the pitch. Oh, that was a nice little fastball, but does not make it in there for, it was outside, so ball two. 2-0 to Perry. Here's the pitch. That one drops in for strike one. So called strike. Perry looking at that one. Caught the corner. 2-1 the count. Brooks about ready to pitch her 78th pitch of the game as Perry puts that ball on the ground and hits it to second base. Second base, Klopfenstein able to field that one cleanly and throw over for out number one. Beautiful fielding play there by Klopfenstein, and out number one with Kyle, the cleanup, and pitcher stepping into the batter's box. Kyle 0 for 2 on the night so far. She struck out swinging in the first inning and then foul tipped it right back to Plant for the second time out. She pops that one high, and it's in the field of play as Plant's trying to make the play. Not able to get it in, so that one falls foul. So 0-1 the count to Kyle. It looked like that one dropped fair, but I guess it did not. It's a little hard to see with that shadow there. That's a low pitch. Just misses for ball one. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Hit right up the middle. Goes Kyle to center field. Wild throw back in. Otero's able to get it from getting by her to cause an error. And so we got a one out, one runner on first with Bethune stepping up to bat for West Limestone. She is 2 for 2 on the night so far for West Limestone. Her first at bat, she doubled to left field and then singled back out to the same position in left field. So left field is where she's been hitting, and that's probably where she's going to go again. Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner for Kyle at first base. I'll get the name for her in just a moment. Once she gets on the bag, it's going to be number 14, Campbell, for West Limestone. First pitch to Bethune. Low and in the dirt. It's going to get by Plant. As Campbell's going to steal second on a passed ball. 0-1. Brooks has pitched 82 pitches. 55 of those have been strikes on the night so far. Here's the second pitch to Bethune. Bethune's going to hit it out to left field just like I thought, but Kimbrough's going to be out there to catch that in the air for out number 2. And Campbell's going to stay at second. Now Birdsong comes in. She is 0 for 2 on the night. Lined out to the pitcher and to the first baseman earlier in the game. That one's going to drop in for a ball. Looked like it dropped in there for a strike. However, he did not like it. Said it was high. So ball 1. 1-0 the count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It's going to be slapped out to right field as the runner's going to try to score from second base. Slides in. She scores as Birdsong still running on a pass ball to Plant. and she's going to have a stand up. We're going to give her, really that's a single, and then took 2 bases on a throwing error. There is Birdsong. So slap single out to right field goes Birdsong. Then Thompson comes in and scores, and Birdsong's able to get over to third. There's the hit right there from Harris right up the middle. Is going to score another run. So a single there by Harris gives West Limestone another run on the board as Birdsong comes in to score, taking the score 8-3 in the top of the 5th with 2 out by West Limestone. Here's the pitch. That was not going to fall in there for a strike, so ball 1 is the count to Flanagan. Flanagan batting in the number 8 spot and playing third base for West Limestone. 1-0 pitch. Flanagan's going to slap that one to Klopfenstein at second base. She's going to field it and throw it over to Evans for the 3rd out. In the middle of the 5th inning, your score, West Limestone 8, James Clemens 3. You're listening to James Clemens Softball on Play Action Sports.
Hey guys, this is Joanna with CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. I'd like to personally invite you to our storefront. While you're here, you'll find a variety of Bibles, children's gift items, trustworthy study materials, and more. Come check out our children's section. It's filled with Bible stories, picture books, games, toys, and a growing selection of homeschool materials. Here at CEI Bookstore, our goal is to provide you with trustworthy resources to bring you and your family closer to God. Stop by, and our friendly staff will be happy to help you find material that fits you and your family's needs. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. Taking his hand, helping each other home.
Whether you're in the market for residential or commercial property or looking to sell your current home, land, or building, make your first call to the Phillips team at Alabama Real Estate Solutions. Paula and James can help you with everything you need, whether you're buying or selling. Call Paula at 777-4916 or James at 656-2370. You can also see their listings online at alrealsolutions.com. Look for them on Facebook, too. The Phillips team at Alabama Real Estate Solutions. Real solutions for real estate.
Welcome back to James Clemens Softball right here on Play Action Sports. I'm Kurt Pierce and my producer, Mr. Tim Lambert. West Limestone right now leads by 5 runs as we get ready for the bottom of the 5th inning. The score, West Limestone 8, James Clemens 3. Coming up to the plate this inning, we should see Sydney Plant, Anna Kimbrough, and Elizabeth Brooks, as Plant does step up into the box to lead us off at the bottom of the 5th. 0 for 2 on the night is Plant. First pitch to her, she's going to swing and miss for strike 1. 0-1 count to Plant, as Kyle is still the pitcher for West Limestone. That's inside pitch for ball 1. Kyle's pitch, this will be her 90th pitch once she releases this one in 4 innings. 1-1 count, 1-1 pitch to Plant. Plant's going to hit that one. High fly ball, and the left fielder's going to come in. Has to really get on her horse and get in there to make that catch, but she does for out number 1. So fly out, and Purcell able to make that catch for West Limestone. Kimbrough steps up. She's 1 for 2 on the evening with a single and lined out to the pitcher at her last at bat. Here's the first pitch to Kimbrough. Low in the dirt, but she swings. Foul ball. Kimbrough playing left field for James Clemens as the catcher goes out to the mound and brings in the infield. Now the ump's going out there going, hey, let's split it up. Come on. So here's Kimbrough stepping into the box for the 0-1 pitch. Kimbrough batting .278 on the season so far for James Clemens. She's got 5 hits. Hits that one hard for foul ball down the third base line. 0-2 count to Kimbrough. She's had 2 doubles on the season. Has 3 RBIs. Scored 4 times. Leading up to tonight. 0-2 pitch to Kimbrough. Here it comes from Kyle. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up. And that's out number 2 for West Limestone. Now up to bat. Elizabeth Brooks, the pitcher. 1 for 2 on the night. She had a single in the first inning to the left fielder. Here's the pitch. High for ball 1. The count to Brooks. Inside pitch, ball 2. So 2-0 to her. We're at the bottom of the 5th inning so far. There's 2 outs. West Limestone 8, James Clemens 3. So we're in the middle of the lineup for the Jets. In the on-deck circle is Farrah Payton. That ball is high for ball 3. 3-0 count to Brooks. Brooks steps in the box. She's got her hand up. She wants a little time. Now she's ready. Kyle takes a look at her wristband, gets the pitch in the windup, releases, throws it, and that's going to drop in for a strike. Called strike 1. So 3-1 count to Brooks. Brooks ready to see the 3-1 pitch. Kyle in her windup, throws it. It's going to be low for ball 4. That's going to put Brooks on with Farrah Payton stepping into the box. She is 2 for 2 on the night. Really having a good night. She's hit she's had 2 doubles and line drives out to center field both times. So see if we can get a triple performance right here. Try to drive in a run. She's going to foul the first pitch off down the third base line for strike 1. Payton batting .429 on the season. 6 hits. 5 of those being singles. She's got 1 double and 1 RBI. Scored once this season so far. So here's the 0-1 pitch coming to Payton. 1 runner on, and that one's going to miss for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Payton. You got Brooks standing on first after getting walked as the previous batter. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And she's going to hit that one. It's going to stay and go out of the yard as Farrah Payton pulls a pitch over the left field fence for a 2-run home run to close the gap just a little bit, making the score West Limestone 8, James Clemens 5. She took that inside pitch and just rode it over the left fielder's head and over the wall for that home run shot. So beautiful pitch, beautiful hit by Farrah Payton. And now, nobody on, 2 outs, 8-5 your score in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Sully Klopfenstein steps up into the box. She is 0 for 2 on the evening. And she's grounded out to the third baseman and shortstop in both of her previous at-bats. Here's the pitch to her, and that one is going to drop in for a called strike one. So the 0-1 pitch on its way to Klopfenstein. Here's the pitch. She's going to swing and miss. It's that changeup that Kyle has been able to kind of control here in the latter innings. A little bit out of control the first inning, but settled in the circle and able to get a little bit more control on those off-speed pitches. So the 0-2 pitch to Klopfenstein. Here's the pitch. It's going to look like it's low and in the dirt for ball one, so 1-2 the count. Klopfenstein is a freshman, and she is in the box. 1-2 pitch on its way. Here it is. High and outside for ball two. Counts even at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Got 2 outs. Nobody on. As we've got Halsey on deck for James Clemens. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Klopfenstein. Here it is. High and outside for ball 3. Fights back to take this count to full. So 3-2 count to the number 8 batter in the lineup for James Clemens. Here she is. Steps into the box. Klopfenstein. 3-2 pitch on its way as Kyle's in the windup. Releases the ball. Klopfenstein's going to foul that one out of play over the visitors' bullpen as it continues to roll down the gravel into the practice field dugout and now is retrieved. Count remains 3-2 with 2 outs. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's going to be low. It's actually going to catch her on the ankle for hit by pitch, and she's going to be on first base with Halsey, the number 9 batter for James Clemens. So Haley Halsey, 0 for 2 on the night. She's grounded out to the second baseman the first time at bat, and then the second time it's a fly out to the second base. Let's see if we can't find a gap here and get that one's low in the dirt for ball 1. You got Evans on deck. Kayla Thompson's in the hole. Those are your next 2 batters. Problem is, got 2 outs. So here's the 1-0 pitch from Kyle to Halsey. It's still low for ball 2. 2-0 the count. So 2-0 to Halsey. Klopfenstein on first base. She got hit by a pitch in this at bat right before Halsey. She's going to lead, try to get a big lead as the catcher's going to throw it down to first base, but Klopfenstein's going to dive back. The pitch was high and outside for ball 3, so 3-0 to Halsey. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Wind up. It's going to be outside, ball 4. Halsey is going to take first base, and we are at the top of the order with Lauren Evans. She's 3 for 3 on the night, and the coach is going to visit the circle at the moment. You can always look for the monthly Play Action Sports column in Athens Now. We'll update you on what's been happening in local sports news as well as upcoming games and events. Hey, the paper is free and available at businesses all around the area. So look for your copy of Athens Now. Looks like West Limestone's coach is going to keep Kyle in the ball game for the moment as she's going to see Evans for the 4th time tonight. Lauren Evans, 3 for 3. She's got 3 singles and just has scattered the ball everywhere this evening. 2 on, 2 out. Top of the order again with Lauren Evans, the first baseman. Ball 1 to Evans. Evans batting .417 on the year. As I mentioned, she is the co-leader in hits, adding to that total. But Thompson is right on her heels because they both batted and hit all 3 times tonight. So we got Tom. The ump's out there talking to the visiting dugout. Not sure what's going on. And he says, let's play. I don't know, he's pointing at the visiting dugout and then said something and then, I don't know. Anyway, we're ready to play. 2-0 the count to Evans. Evans going to let that one go by too. That's going to be ball 3. So Kyle, all of a sudden, losing a little bit of control. She's able to get 2 outs to start the inning. And then Peyton steps up and hits a 2-run shot. And I think that's kind of rattled Kyle a little bit. That's ball 4. So we've got bases loaded with Kayla Thompson, 2 for 3 on the night. She's got 2 singles, and then she grounded out to the first baseman last at bat. So coming into tonight's ball game, Thompson and Evans were leading the team in hits, but because Evans has 1 other hit tonight, Evans is going to have that lead after tonight's ball game. But Thompson does lead the team in her batting average, and she's batting .588 on the season. Steps into the left batter's box, and here's the first pitch to her. And that's going to drop right in there for a called strike 1 with bases loaded. So here's what we got. You've got Klopfenstein on third. You've got Halsey on second and Evans on third with 2 outs. Sure would like a hit here to close this gap. West Limestone clinging to an 8-5 lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside, high and inside for ball 1. 1-1's the count to Thompson. Thompson is a sophomore. Played last year for the Jets. Here's the 1-1 pitch. She's going to let that one go by. As the catcher popped up from behind the plate and threw it over to third base, but runner was able to get back. Klopfenstein was able to get back. That last pitch was a strike, so 1-2 the count to Thompson. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Kyle to Thompson outside in the dirt for ball 2. Alina Otero on deck. She had a double in the first inning that drove in 2 runs. That's going to be low and in the dirt for ball 3, so full count to Thompson. Three-two count. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Thompson. Here's the windup. She's going to slap that one right up the middle. The third baseman's going to field it and throw her out. Going to leave 3 runners on, but able to score 2 runs off of the big 2-run shot over the left field wall by Farrah Payton. Your score, West Limestone 8, James Clemens 5. You're listening to James Clemens Softball on Play Action Sports.
The next time you need a pharmacy, one call to Athens Creekside Drugs, Salem Pharmacy, or Florence Express Pharmacy will fill the bill. All 3 locations are committed to providing you the best services a pharmacy can offer, with the emphasis on quality, value, and service. Whether your needs are simple or complex in nature, either location can provide solutions that deliver results. They pride themselves on being a company where customer service means timeliness, quality service, and a friendly attitude. Athens Creekside Drugs at 605 Highway 31 South, Salem Pharmacy at 28730 Highway 99, and Florence Express Pharmacy on Mall Road in Florence. Applebee's Tailgate Talk wants to recognize our local athletes, and you can help. Go to tailgatetalk.net throughout the school year to vote for the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. The winner will receive a gift card from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and a t-shirt from Gotcha Covered Screen Printing and more. Submit your own nominations for future polls, too. While you're there, check out the Tailgate Talk archives and see what you might have missed. That's the Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week. Cast your vote today from Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to James Clemens Softball right here on Play Action Sports. As we get ready to start the 6th inning, top of the 6th inning, West Limestone on top 8-5. You can download a copy of this game or listen to it on demand by going to pasnetwork.net. There's a streaming schedule of all of our upcoming games and links to our mobile apps as well. We'll be at Toyota Field tomorrow night for James Clemens baseball action, and we'll have that right here on Play Action Sports tomorrow night. But right now, James Clemens, top of the 6th inning as West Limestone gets ready with their number 9 batter, Smith. And we'll see Smith, Wallace, and Gant as Brooks is still on the mound in the circle for James Clemens. It's that first pitch called strike to Smith. Swing and a miss for strike 2. So 0-2 count to Smith. Brooks, with that pitch, has reached 90 pitches in a little over 5 innings. Here's the pitch. Tries to get her to chase it outside. Ball 1. So 1-2. And Smith's going to pop that one up to left field. Going back is Kimbrough, and she does make the catch on the warning track for out number 1. Way to track that ball. Stayed on it. The sun kind of in her eyes, able to shield it a little bit. But she was out there on the warning tracks and makes that. So out number 1. Back to the top of the order for West Limestone as Wallace is up to bat. Wallace going to avoid that outside pitch, but it catches the corner for strike 1. So 0-1 to Wallace. Wallace, 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. She's going to hit that one right back up the middle for a base hit. Line drive base hit to the center field. And now Gant, 2 for 3 on the evening. Playing right field for West Limestone, batting left-handed on the left-handed side. Here's the pitch. Gant's going to slap that one. It's going to go foul, out of play. Strike 1. Top of the 6th. 1 out, nobody on. As Gant's going to pop that one for another base hit right into center field. Going to have runners on first and second with 1 out. And now Perry, the first baseman, 0 for 3. As Brooks gets ready to throw, and it falls in for strike 1. So called strike 1 to Perry. 1 out, 2 on, first and second. West Limestone, 8, James Clemens 5. That was going to be low and in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 the count to Perry. The wind up. It's going to be a slap over to second base. Kaufenstein's going to dive, but she's going to miss it. One run's going to score as Perry goes in for a stand-up double RBI. And that increases the lead 9-5. West Limestone in the top of the sixth. And now the pitcher and the cleanup hitter, Kyle, number 55, for West Limestone. She's going to let the first pitch go by for ball one. With that pitch, Brooks has hit triple digits in her pitch count. She's thrown 100 pitches in a little over 5 innings. And that one's going to hit out to right field, but it's going to fall right underneath the right fielder's glove. One run's going to score as Kyle was able to get an RBI single with another runner on third base. So Salvell unable to catch that. She did lay out for it, but just wasn't able to get it to drop into her glove, and one run scored. So 10-5 your score in the top of the sixth. Now you've got Bethune, the dangerous hitter, in the number 5 spot for West Limestone. And she hits that one right back to the pitcher as Brooks fields it, looks over to third base. The runner doesn't advance, so she makes the throw to first for out number 2. So now, with that out, the runner that was on first advanced to second base. So we've got runners on second and third with 2 outs. And Birdsong takes the first pitch for ball 1. 1-0, 2 outs. West Limestone's been able to score every time they've come up to bat, or each inning, put runs on the board in each inning. So that ball falls for ball 2, so 2-0. West Limestone scored 2 runs in the first, 1 run each in second and third, and then scored 2 runs every time since, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Third pitch to Birdsong misses for ball 3, 3-0 the count. Here's the pitch to Birdsong. She's going to squirt a bunt. That one's going to drop in for strikes, so called strike 1. 3-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Birdsong lays off of it, but it does drop in there for strike 2, so full count to Birdsong with 2 outs. Well, Coach Kimbrough would like to go ahead and get out of this inning. Not any more damage done. Birdsong's going to hit that one to third base. Third baseman's going to pick that up, throw her out. Farrah Payton able to field that, throw it to Evans for out number 3. We're in the middle of the 6th inning. Your score, West Limestone 10, James Clemens 5. You're listening to James Clemens Softball on Play Action Sports.
Davis & Cole LLP in Athens has served the area assisting individuals and businesses with bookkeeping, tax preparation and filing, and routine accounting. Davis & Cole LLP, 105 South Marion Street in Athens. Call 232-9994. Davis & Cole LLP. Athens Utilities comprises Athens Electric, Athens Gas, and Athens Water Services. Together, we are committed to providing reliable and affordable electricity, natural gas, and water and wastewater services. We operate as part of the City of Athens, and just like our city's motto of Athens is classic Southern character, we believe in supporting what makes our community special, and that includes Athens and Limestone County sports. Call 233-8750, go by their office at 508 South Jefferson Street, or look for the link online at athensal.us.
Welcome back to James Clemens Softball on Play Action Sports as we get ready for the bottom of the 6th inning. West Limestone on top by 5, 10-5 your score. as Kyle is still in the circle for the Wildcats. She's pitched 122 pitches in a little over 5 innings. This inning we're expecting to see Otero, Plant, and Kimbrough for James Clemens. The Jets All-In campaign has been set up to help various athletic programs at James Clemens. You can always go to jcathletics.net for more information on donating and helping the James Clemens Athletics All-In campaign. So, Otero, the shortstop, steps in to lead off this inning. Looks at the first pitch, and it misses for ball 1. Otero, 1 for 3 on the night. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's going to drop right in there. That changeup is something else that Kyle's able to throw. 124 pitches, and it just drops right in there for strike 1. So 1-1 the count to Otero. 1-1 pitch. Otero's going to try to turn on it. Goes foul down the third base line for strike 2. One-two count, bottom of the 6th inning. Nobody out. Otero, the first batter of this inning. Again, Plant in the on-deck circle with Kimbrough in the hole. So that ball is low and in the dirt for ball 2, so 2-2 count to Otero. James Clemens able to score 3 runs in the first inning and then score 2 runs last inning off a 2-run shot over the left field wall by Farrah Payton. That ball is inside for ball 3, so full count to Otero. So the score right now, West Limestone 10, James Clemens 5. Otero with a 3-2 count, trying to get a hit on base or get walked. Here's the 3-2 pitch. She's going to swing, miss, pass ball, and she's going to be standing on first base with a strikeout, drop third strike. So with that, we got Otero standing at first base, and Sydney Plant, the cleanup hitter and catcher, comes up to bat for James Clemens. 0 for 3 on the night is Plant, with a runner on first with some speed. We know that Otero can run. She's got 5 stolen bases on the season. Plant lets that first one go by for ball 1. It's time right now for JC to just kind of keep chopping away at this 5-run lead by West Limestone. Plant going to foul that one back out of play for strike. So 1-1 to Sydney Plant, the catcher. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Kyle to Plant. That one's in the dirt. Otero takes a huge lead off of first, but decides to go back. That ball's going to fall for ball 2, so 2-1's the count. Two and 1, the count to Plant. Nobody out. Otero on first base after being. Plant's going to slap that one, and it's going to take a weird roll. Plant's going to be safe at first as Otero goes to second. So now 2 runners on with Anna Kimbrough stepping up to bat for James Clemens. Kimbrough, 1-3, 1 for 3 tonight. She had a single in the first inning. Struck out her last at bat. Here's the first pitch to Kimbrough. She's going to hit that one to third base. As the force plays off because Otero stopped midway between second and third, the third baseman decided to throw it to first base, got that out, and then Otero took off and ran, slid in. That nullified the forced play once they got the out at first, and Otero's safe. So we've got Plant at second and Otero at third base with one out. So here's Brooks with 2 on and 1 out in the bottom of the 6th. Brooks is going to call time. Takes a couple swings, get ready. Steps 1 foot into the batter's box and then comes back and ready. So Kyle about to throw her 134th pitch of the game. Seen all of these batters. This is their 5th time seeing Kyle. So she looks at the first pitch for ball 1. So Brooks, 1 for 2. She's going to check swing. That's going to go foul. So 1 and 1. Brooks had a hit early in the game. It was a single line drive. Then walked her last at bat. So 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out to Elizabeth Brooks, the pitcher for James Clemens. 2 on. Runners at second and third. That was going to be low and in the dirt. Otero is going to go ahead and try to make that run, and she does. Steals home on a pass ball. And Plant is going to move over to third base. So with that run, Otero cuts the lead to 4 runs, 10-6. West Limestone on top. 1 out. 2-1 pitch to Brooks. That one's going to be high. That was that changeup, but it just went high and inside on her. So it should be 3-1, the count, to Brooks. Farrah Payton is on deck. And Klopfenstein in the hole. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Brooks. She's going to let that one go, and it was a good call, strike on the outside corner, so full count to Brooks. Elizabeth Brooks is a returning starter. She has signed to play softball at Huntington College. Graduating senior this year for James Clemens. As she looks at a 3-2 pitch on the way. And she's a shot over the third baseman's glove. Left fielder's having a hard time fielding that. Well, with that shot, Brooks able to have a line drive RBI single to put another run on the board for James Clemens. Your score now 10-7 with 1 out. And now Peyton up to bat. She's 3 for 3 on the night, the 8th grader. She had a 2-run shot last time she was up to the plate. See what she can do this time. She reaches for that one. It's going to be fielded by the second baseman and throw over to tagging Brooks as she was going to second, and then throws out Peyton as she made a double play. So at the end of 6, your score, West Limestone 10, James Clemens 7. You're listening to James Clemens Softball on Play Action Sports.
North Alabama Gas District has provided safe, reliable, and economical natural gas service to Madison and surrounding areas of Limestone County for over 40 years. However, accidents and leaks do sometimes occur. If you smell odors similar to rotten eggs or notice other possible signs of a gas leak, such as a fire or explosion, a blowing or hissing sound, or blowing dust or bubbling water, leave the area immediately, avoid ignition sources, warn others, and from a safe location, contact us immediately at 256 256-772-0227. And remember to call 811 before you dig. North Alabama Gas District, we take safety seriously. If you'd like to download a copy of this game or hear it again on demand, go to pasnetwork.net. You can find this game and previous games under the Archives tab. You can also subscribe to the Play Action Sports podcast and listen to it on your favorite platform like iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify, or ask Alexa or Google to open the Play Action Sports podcast, keeping you up to date on Athens and Limestone County sports. Play Action Sports.
Welcome back to James Clemens Softball on Play Action Sports as we get ready for the top of the 7th inning with West Limestone on top of James Clemens, 10-7. We've got a new pitcher in the circle for James Clemens. It's going to be the junior, Anna Kimbrough, taking over for Brooks, as Brooks is going to move to third base, and then Peyton is going to move out to left field. Looks like everybody else stays the same. Here's the first pitch from Kimbrough. High and outside, ball 1 to Harris. Harris 2 for 3. Batting the number 7 spot. So ball 2. 2-0 to Harris from Kimbrough. Here's the pitch. Low and in the dirt for ball 3. 3-0 the count to Harris. Leading off the top of the 7th. Here's the 3-0 pitch. She squares to bunt. Pulls back. Strike 1. So 3-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing. Foul tip. Full count to Harris. You can tell by the way the sun is setting and the shadows casting on the field that some of the infielders, especially the pitcher and the shortstop, that sun is directly in their eyes. She's going to hit that ball. Harris does. It's a pop-up right over to third base as Brooks is there to field that for out number 1. So Kimbrough able to sit the first batter down, with Brooks fielding that fly ball. Flanagan, 1 for 3 on the night. Here's the pitch to Flanagan. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Beautiful pitch there by Kimbrough. Able to hit that outside corner. A little bit of an off-speed pitch on that one, too. Kind of fooled Flanagan. The 0-1 pitch misses for ball 1, so 1-1 the count, 1 out on the top of the 7th. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hit to Brooks at third base. Brooks rears back, throws it to Evans for out number 2. So Brooks moving from the pitching circle over to third base, and she can't even catch a break. She's had 2 balls hit to her since she's been at third and fielded them both cleanly and is responsible for both outs this inning. As Kimbrough comes in to relieve her. So here's the pitch. And it's laid down for a bunt. Klopfenstein's going to cover first base, and the throw there by Kimbrough gets the out. So 3 up, 3 down. Middle of the 7th inning, West Limestone 10, James Clemens 7. You're listening to James Clemens High School Softball on Play Action Sports.
Limestone County High School sports are brought to you in part by Limestone County Commission Chairman Colin Daly. Visit the County Commission page at limestonecounty-al.gov to keep up with what's going on in the county and find out what ranks us in the top 5% in the state. You can also call Colin at 256-233-6400 or on his cell phone at 256-800-4544. One of the worst feelings you can have is that of being stranded. Well, BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair makes that a thing of the past with 24/7 towing services and roadside assistance in the northern Alabama and southern Tennessee areas. But that's not all. They also offer truck and trailer repair, mobile welding, brake service and repair, new and used tires, and other major and minor repairs. Their name says it all. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair. For 24/7 response, call 497-8234. That's 497-8234. BT's Towing, Tire, and Truck Repair.
Welcome back to James Clemens Softball right here on Plate Action Sports as we get ready for the bottom of the 7th inning. Due up to bat for James Clemens is Sully Klopfenstein, Haley Halsey, and Laura Evans. Down 3 runs in the bottom of the 7th, 10-7 to West Limestone as we get ready for the first pitch to Klopfenstein. Kyle is still in the circle for West Limestone. 140 pitches on the night so far. That's her 141st, and it falls in there for strike 1. So 0-1 pitch to Klopfenstein. Here it is. She squares to bunt. She lays that one down. Third baseman runs in and makes a running throw to get her out at first. So out number 1. So Flanagan comes in from third base, scoops it up, throws it off balance. The throw is able to beat Klopfenstein at first for out number 1. Now up to bat for the Jets, Haley Halsey. She walked her last at bat. So here she goes, stepping into the box. First pitch to her. It's going to be high for ball 1. (1-0) to Halsey. Here's the pitch inside ball 1 or ball 2. So 2-0 to Halsey. If we can get Halsey on, we're back to the top of the order with Evans. So here's the 2-0 pitch. High for ball 3. So 3-0 to Haley Halsey. So West Limestone up 3 runs, 10-7. James Clemens trying to fight back. That ball is in the dirt for ball 4. So 4 straight pitches, 4 straight balls to Haley Halsey. And now we're back at the top of the order with Lauren Evans. She is 3 for 3 on the night. Coach Kimbrough says, hey, I want to have a courtesy runner here, and brings in a courtesy runner. Salvell is going to go to run for Halsey. So Katie Lauren Salvell is the runner at first base, and now we're back at the top of the order with Lauren Evans. Lauren Evans, 3 for 3 on the evening. Walked her last at bat. This is her 5th time to see Kyle. That first pitch was a ball. So here comes the 1-0 pitch from Kyle. Here's the windup and the pitch. That one looks like it dropped in, and it does for a called strike. So 1-1. 1-1 to Evans. 1 out, 1 on. Bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 2. Two-one pitch to Evans. Oh, that one's high. for ball 3. Salvel gets a late jump, but is still able to make it to second base on a stolen base. So now we have a runner in scoring position with a 3-1 count to Evans. So here's the 3-1 pitch. She's going to let that one go by, but it drops right in there for a strike. So full count. 3-2 count to Evans with Salvel standing on second base. Here's the 3-2 pitch, and it misses for ball 4. So runners on first and second with Kayla Thompson. 2 for 4 on the evening. So Kayla steps into the left-hander's batter's box. Ready to hit. Here's the pitch. That one's just going to roll almost all the way to the plate for ball 1. Not a whole lot of elevation that time from Kyle on that pitch. She's pitched 153 pitches tonight and pitched the whole game, a little over 6 innings. In the 7th inning, she's only got 1 out right now, as Thompson lets that one go for ball 2. So 2-0. You've got Otero on deck, and then Sydney Plant in the hole. Sydney hitting the cleanup spot, and Otero hitting in the number 3 part of the lineup. I know Otero would like another chance to get up there and do something at the plate, as Thompson's going to lay a bunt down to the pitcher, and she's going to make it to first base for a bunt single. So bases loaded for Otero. With 1 out, and Coach Kimbrough making some things happen. West Limestone's coach going to come out here to the circle and have a talk with her pitcher. I would imagine at this point, after 155-56 pitches, even though she has a 10-7 lead, she's got the bases loaded with 1 out. I would imagine you're probably going to see a pitching change here. I believe that's what we're getting, as Kyle has pitched a decent game for West Limestone. She's thrown 155 pitches. Now they're going to leave her in. Thought she grabbed the ball from the pitcher's hand, but they're going to leave her in. Kyle has thrown 155 pitches, 84 of those for strikes. So just a little over half of her pitches have fallen for strikes. I will tell you this, just since Farrah Payton hit that 2-run shot in the 5th inning, Kyle's had a little bit of a control issue getting that ball across the plate. So that definitely made an impact. But nevertheless, 1 out, bases loaded, and we have Alina Otero, who is 1 for 4. She had a double in the 1st inning that scored 2 runs. Really should have had a triple, but she slipped. She fouls that first pitch back for strike 1. She slipped rounding second, and then once she was trying to get back to second, they were able to throw her out as she was scrambling back. So honestly, she really should have had a triple at her first at bat. So I know she's itching to put some more runs on the board for James Clemens. That changeup from Kyle just misses for ball 1. So 1-1 to Otero. Plant on deck. Anna Kimbrough is in the hole. Those are your next 2 batters after Otero. Here's the pitch. It's going to be a high pop-up. Shortstop's going to range over. Second baseman ranges over, knocks it out of the... You got to go from third base. You've got to score. That's a force out. There's a lot of confusion. Now there's an overthrow. I don't even know what to tell y'all. Let me describe this for you. Otero popped it up to shortstop. Shortstop called it. Second baseman came over. Second baseman came over, knocked it out of the shortstop's hands. As the runner that was at third didn't know what to do, decided to go back, and then in the confusion, West Limestone overthrew the ball, and that run scored from third base. And now the ump and the West Limestone coach are having a conversation. So I'm waiting to see what the ump says. So I'm not sure if he's going to call infield fly, which he could. So now the two umps are talking. If that run stands firm with Katie Salvo, then that will cut the lead to 10-8 West Limestone, with bases still loaded with one out. Waiting to see what the umps are doing. You can always tune in for Play Action Sports updates 3 times a week, each weekday for school, youth, and amateur sports from Limestone County area and James Clemens on 1080 AM WKAC. Now the home plate ump is going to talk to Coach Kimbrough at third base, tell him what's gonna happen here. So all of the runners, if it was an infield fly rule, then the runners still advance because the runners end up moving on their own. Otero would still be out, but the run would score because everybody advances at their own risk on an infield fly. So Coach Kimbrough's kind of trying to make his case to the umps right here. It's a little hard to. I want to be able to. I wish I was down there, Tim. I could tell you exactly what's going on, but up here in the press box, I can just see everybody talking. Kimbrough's pointing, and he's a little animated, as well he should be, and now he's yelling. And here we go. Here we go. Coach Kimbrough letting him know. So one run will score, and that is the ball game, and I'm not sure why. I am not sure why, Tim, but the ump's called ball game. I don't know what happened, Tim. I tell you what, can we take a break, and when we come back, I'll try to get an explanation. According to the umps, that is ball game. Your final score: West Limestone 10, James Clemens 8. You're listening to James Clemens Softball on Play Action Sports.
This is Joanna from CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications. Many of you are searching for Bible study materials for your home or for Bible class. Sometimes that process can be challenging and difficult. I'd love to help you find solutions that would fit your needs and give you more time for your studies. One of our most popular book lines is the Bible Textbook Series. These workbooks are designed to take teen and adult students book by book through the Bible. So stop struggling with the search and come by and let us help you select reliable and meaningful study materials for your class or family. CEI Bookstore and Truth Publications, taking his hand, helping each other home.
Looking for t-shirts with just the message you want? They're as close as your computer or mobile device. Just go to daddyoscustomtees.com and look through the selection of designs for the perfect one. Or say just what you want with your very own designer message. Daddy O's Custom Tees features short and long sleeve t-shirts plus sweatshirts, hoodies, aprons, mugs, and even pet apparel. With Daddy O's Custom Tees, you can have it your way, whether you need 1 or 100. Go to daddyoscustomtees.com. That's DADDYOS Custom TEES.com. daddyoscustomtees.com. The Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship has been set up to honor the legacy of Bama Zach Green, a huge fan of the Crimson Tide along with Limestone County sports. The scholarship will go each year to a male and female athlete from Limestone County. Checks should be made out to Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship and can be sent in care of Garth Garris, 13833 Pinnacle Drive, Athens, Alabama, 35613. Donations can also be made in person at First State Bank of the the South at 1319 Highway 72 East in Athens. Thank you for showing your support for local athletes by giving to the Bama Zach Memorial Scholarship. The Play Action Sports Report is back in podcast form. Look for it every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform. The Play Action Sports Report. Scores, interviews, highlights, and more from school, youth, and amateur sports in Athens and Limestone County. The Play Action Sports Report every Wednesday on your favorite podcast platform or online at pasnetwork.net.
Welcome back to James Clemens Softball right here on Play Action Sports. Your final score, West Limestone 10, James Clemens 7, as we still haven't gotten an explanation as to how that game ended. Basically, the way it worked, bases were loaded. Otero pops up to a little bit past second base. The shortstop called the ball. Second baseman runs over Birdsong, knocks the ball out of her hands. The ball keeps rolling. Salvell never takes off from third base, keeps going back and forth. It was at that point it was a force out, and then the third baseman throws it to home plate. Home plate throws it back to third base, overthrows that. Salvell, we thought, scored, but then after that, everything was under control. The two umps got together. They talked. The only thing I can figure is that somewhere somebody got tagged and there was an infield fly rule. That's the only thing that I can figure out on how that ball game ended, and I'm just not sure. Coach Kimbrough, I'm sure would like to get him up here to kind of discuss it with us and tell us a little bit about what's happening, and I'm sure we'll try to have that. But tonight, stat-wise, you had Peyton, Farrah Peyton, just able to show out tonight for the James Clemens Jets out of the batter's box. I mean, she hit a home run, a 2-run shot tonight, so her stick was really, really hot, and just really able to do that. But unfortunately, we just came up short. And right now, joining us for a little after game, post game interview, Coach Kimbrough. Hey, a lot of confusion right there at the end of that ball game. I'm just not sure. The way I looked at it was an infield fly rule, but I'm just not sure what happened there.
There was an infield fly, and of course that means the batter's out. Right. And the runners can advance at their own risk. Right. So we attempted to kind of steal a run there, and we did a great job. I thought our runners did a great job. Their call at the end was that two runners occupied third base at the same time. So if that happens, the trail runner is out. Yeah. But our girls did a great job on that play. Excuse me.
Oh, you're fine. I saw you run up here. So
I was winded from the last inning and then winded running up here too. I just told our girls, I'm so proud of them for competing the way that they competed. You know, the last time you guys were here, we talked about we want to see our girls compete. Yeah. And they did that. For 3 innings, we didn't compete very well, and that was the difference in tonight's game. But we did everything we had to do to set ourselves up for a chance to win. And that's so far from where we started this season. Right. So we're getting there.
Well, I can tell you, just from my perspective up here, I thought Brooks did fantastic on the mound. I know she gave up some hits, but some of those hits she could have. The defense just wasn't able to make the plays.
We did. We had a few errors, and that team's going to hit the ball. Yeah. You know, we talked to you about scheduling tough competition. Mm-hmm. They're going to hit. They hit good pitching. They hit slow pitching. They hit weak pitching. And they took away several of her tools tonight, so it handcuffed her. But she did a great job keeping us in it. They had some base hits, but we also gave up our share of errors there too.
Well, Farrah Peyton comes in tonight. I mean, she was 3 for 3 up until, and then she puts that 2-run shot to kind of, from what I was telling the audience was, I think that really, really got in the pitcher's head for West Limestone. Because she just started walking players where she had been in a little bit more control up until that point. Peyton, great night tonight at the dish.
She had a big night, and that's an 8th grader. Yeah. You know, the future's bright. We've got 2 8th graders who are really solid players. She did a great job at the plate, and I was getting on her at times because of the way her swing looks. But she knows what she's doing, and she took the pitcher in deep counts every time. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing is, I turned to Coach Rich right when she was coming up, and I said, we've got to score 2 this inning just to have a chance. Well, Elizabeth has a long at bat and walks, mm-hmm. and then Farrah comes up with a really good home run.
That was a great shot.
It gives us a chance. It gave us a chance to fight there at the end, and that's what we wanted.
Well, you could tell by the way the They defensively, they were able to make some really good defensive plays. Some of the stuff dropped, unfortunately, not on our side. But yeah, I thought the girls went out there and they played great ball tonight.
We did. We played pretty good. I told the girls, we had a talk yesterday. Winning's not normal. Mm-hmm. I mean, winning is unusual. You have to do extraordinary things to win, and then things have to go your way that's out of your control. We talked about that yesterday. Tonight we did 815 of the 1,000 things that you have to do to win. We did about 815 right. It's that little bit extra and just a little misfortune there at the end that keeps you from winning. I think our girls are that close. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we're really that close to turning this thing, and then we'll have what we want.
Well, I liked what we saw, and I hope when we come back, we'll be able to catch you guys again again soon. And I know you got another game you're going to get down there and coach and be a part of. So
that's our young kids. We got to keep growing and we got to keep building. And we play these young kids in games for a reason. I'm proud of them too, for sticking it out, hanging it in there. You know, I'm sure you've seen we're still plagued by injuries. Mm-hmm. You know, we still missing several starters on varsity, and just really proud of the way our girls competed. They competed really, really well at every position, and having focused at bats, putting the ball in play, and making things happen against a really good West Limestone team.
Yeah, it was a good team. But, well, I appreciate you coming up here, Coach. I'm sorry you had to run.
That's okay. I need to run.
But I did see you get a little animated, so I told Tim, I said, hey, he's animated. I think we're going to get him up here tonight.
Well, I appreciate you guys. We enjoy y'all being here, and I really appreciate what y'all do.
Well, we appreciate you letting us come out here. It's been a blast, and best of luck in this next game.
Thank you very much,
Coach.
Guys.
Appreciate you. Coach Kimbrough, James Clemens softball coach, after a tough loss tonight to West Limestone from over there in Limestone County in the Athens area. So your final score, James Clemens 7, West Limestone 10. You've been listening to James Clemens softball right here on Play Action Sports.
You've been listening to James Clemens High School Softball on the Play Action Sports Network. If you'd like to download a copy of tonight's game, log on to pasnetwork.net. James Clemens Softball is a production of Play Action Sports.